Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here, and it's fucking time for an epic Beyblade discussion video. So, as you can see, I got my Wendy's! Yeah, motherfucking dude, it is that fucking time. We are out in the garden for this, man. I guess the first face cam, being in the garden, so, yeah, fucking type shit. But this is gonna be a top 10 bladers from Quadstrike, man. So we gotta talk about Beyblade Burst Quadstrike. So this was the last season of Beyblade, you know, the last season for Beyblade. You know, we had 7 seasons in total with it, 6 being under Japan, you know, because Dynamite Battle. But in Japan, we also got Beyblade Ultimate, which they made the products in the bays with it, but they never given us a show with it. But Hasbro coming out of the water with this, knocking our fucking socks off or some shit, I don't know, and giving us an exclusive animated disc. So Hasbro and BK, major props to you. So we got a season 7 for it, and I love the storytelling that they did with this. I really do. I enjoyed it, and it's such a dope season. You know, seeing like you talk about like all the protagonists throughout Burst history, you know, them interacting and stuff. And there's fucking squirrels. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna see this. There's a squirrel right there that's just, I don't know. He was like, oh, he's right there. He's a motherfucking squirrel. If I could ever talk. But yeah, you know, with the season, we saw returning characters. We seen like all the protagonists throughout Burst interacting, which was so fucking sick. And we seen some returning characters like Ken. You know, it's so fucking dope. I love the shit. It's so dope, man. I love how they did this storytelling with it. It was so dope. And you talk about, you know, getting like 2 new characters being Quadra. Which Quadra, definitely, I'm giving my roses and my flowers to Quadra in a major fucking way. Because I consider Quadra as a protagonist. Like, kind of like that anti-hero, but like it's like intertwining with it, if you understand. So, you know, it can, you know, just like that anti-hero approach with it, if you will. So, you know, and that's just, in my opinion, I see her as a protagonist because they focused on her more than they did with Belle, if I'm being honest with you guys. They focused on her more than they did with Belle, and it was such a dope shit. It was type shit, man. Come on. Like they focused on Quadra a lot this season, and I just loved her story. Like, it was so dope. You know, like her using like the 4 different elements of the lightning. You know, you talk about with the season, the main focus of the season was like the elements. So you got lightning, wind, water, fire, Beyblade, burst, Quadstrike. Hey, dude, bring me fucking back, man. Come on, my fucking heart. But yeah, but the water, fire, you know, all the elements with it, and seeing it with Pandora, which is dope. You know, with things. And we also got Pax, which Quadra and Pri and Pax are related. You know, they're brother and sisters, they're siblings. Which that also made the story dope. You know, because I love how they did it with like Quadra and Pri and like the whole thing with Pax. You know, and Pax being like the antagonist of the season. You know, with Elemental Blake, Pandemonium. And the fact these 2 characters, they had exclusive bays, which I'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, man, but we are gonna get into it, man. This season was just so fucking dope, man. Seeing some awesome returning characters like Ken, and it was so fucking dope, man. But we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna tie around, so I won't sit here and yap, but I'll go back to some things a little later. But yeah, top 10, and this was also a continuation from Dynamite Battle. So, you know, like it was a continuation from like Dynamite Battle, you know. Because they kept like the same, you know, Dynamite. They kept the Dynamite system with Beyblade Ultimate, you know. So it's like a part 2, if you will, with it, which I like because we've seen bladers like Belle, Ranzo, you know, we've seen all of them, you know, characters from Dynamite Battle coming in with this, which it was dope, and also bringing in the protagonists throughout Burst. But yeah, my top 10 This is gonna be hard. I'm just gonna tell y'all this right off the bat. All these characters are strong. Don't get me wrong. It's just like all of them are not weak. Just don't take that seriously. Like they're not weak at all. You know, it's just like they're all strong. It's just so hard to like rank them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're so strong, but it's just like some of them they're gonna get left behind, and you know, just out of respect, they're all strong. But yeah, but my top number one. This is a tie between number one and number two is a tie between Bell Dizora or Daikin Colton Bell and Vault. You know, because they made it to the top. They made it to they made it to the final battle. You know, they made it to the top. I guess like what? I forgot what the tournament was, but they were the last Blitters that faced off in Quadstrike. You know, because they never showed it. You know, because I don't think they showed it. You know, because it was like Bell beat Pax, and then Bell went off because Vault was already at the top. I think Vault faced it off against Quadra, and Vault beat it Quadra, and that made it where Vault went up to the final battle, and then that's when Bell won his battle against Pax. You know, but it's a tide. It's like a tide between them. It's like intertwinable or some shit with it. You know, because they're both strong. You know, even Bell getting far in this, even being Pax at the end, that was sick. And then you got like, and then you got Vault, the Wonder Boy. It's the Wonder Boy, Vaultoid. Yeah, come on, man. I got the Valkyrie chain on, but yeah, but the Wonder Boy, you know, the Wonder Boy being with this, so he's definitely number two with it. You know, with it. You know, but come on, he's the first protagonist of the show. So, yeah. And even how he grows as a bleeder with it. Number three, I would probably have to say Pax. Pax, you know, he was the antagonist of this season. Fun fact, he actually never broke a back. Oh, shit. I had to fucking some fucking blooper or some shit. But Pax, he was an antagonist, never broke a back in this season, honestly. There was no breaks in the season. And yeah, it was dope, man. So Pax, man, you know, I love his story, man. I really do, man. How the hell that he got expired by Shu with going down the red eye days. Oh, he expired him to make the getting expired with Shu in his red eye days, and then him in Turbo or Chozatsu watching Vault and, you know, Aiga's final battle, which it was so dope, you know. And even his bay was so dope, man. This is why I said, like, like, of course, around the time of Burst, you know, this is where Hasbro fucked up, you know, like at the start of Burst, they were doing it, they were doing it 1-to-1, but then like as time progressed and as with the season, they started falling off even more with it, like, you know, not giving us the, you know, cutting off the weight, cutting off the metal, you know, etc. You know. Yeah, if you know, you know. But this is why I said about, like, motherfucking Pandora and motherfucking Pandemonium, because they were dope bays, man. They were really dope. They were really dope bays, and, you know, it never gotten a lot of love because Hasbro cut it off the weight. They cut it off the gimmicks with shit. And, yeah, this is why Kimba has this BU Plus series. Just me being real. I love fucking Pandemonium. Elemental Break! Come on, dude. Dude, Pandemonium it was such a dope Beyblade, man. Like, come on, man. This is why I love the Hasbro exclusives. This is why I love Beyblade X, because they kept the balance. It's balanced, and I love this fucking game. You know, like, the exclusives are so dope, man. This is honestly the exclusives that we're at right now in Beyblade X, like the metal shit, like, yeah, this that type shit that I wanted with Burst, especially with Pandemonium, because I love that motherfucking bag. And it definitely deserved it roses in a major way. Don't get me wrong, the bay itself, you know, because this is Hasbro. It's Hasbro season 7, so of course they're gonna use their Hasbro Quadstrike bays, and didn't even put the TT ones in it, which I'm like, what the fuck? They didn't even do that. So, like, I mean, it's understandable because, you know, it's Hasbro season 7, but yeah, but Pandemonium, Pax, you know, come on, dude. I love that motherfucker, man. He was a dope character, you know. But yeah, but Pax, I would probably have to say him number 3 because he did lose against Bell. Number 4 and number 5, this is where it gets tough. And like I said, it's getting to some teeth right now because they're all strong. They're all strong. Don't get me wrong. And I'm gonna say that. You know, I'm gonna say that to be real because they're not. All these characters are not weak. They're all strong. You know, it's just like, you know, I just don't want anyone to think that like, oh, like where I'm ranking these characters, like they're bad. Like, nah, they're all strong. Don't get me wrong about that. But yeah, but number 4 and number 5, I have to say it's a tie. Now, there's 2 versions with this. There's 2 versions. One, because Iga, it's like a balance between Iga and Shu. Because we didn't really see Shu battle in the season. I mean, he did face it off against Vault, and of course it's going to start raining, of course. But he faced it against Vault, and then, you know, he faced it against Vault, and you know, they got the tide with it. Of course, as soon as I started going out, of course, it was going to do some rain and shit, of course. But, yeah, but Shu and Vol, I would probably say they're tied because they tied. So, you know, we haven't even Shu battle. But Shu is still a legend. Don't get me wrong. You know, Shu is still, like, the member of the Supreme Four. Like, come on. But yeah, but it's a tie between Iga and Shu. So I would probably give Iga number 4 because Iga did go down against Pax, and just because it's Iga, you know, he's the world champion, you know, and I would probably say like second place is honestly Vault because he was world champion first, and then Iga, and then Hearts, you know, etc. You know, but the top 2 champions are Iga and Vault, but you know, Iga with this. And then number 5, I would probably say Shu, but it's like it's hard, man. That's why I said. It's like, it's intertwining with like 4, 5, and 6 with it. That's version 1. Version 2, it's Iga at number 4, but number 5, I gotta put Quadra in this shit. Like, I can't cut Quadra off. Like, Quadra makes to the top 5 with this. Because she's definitely a protagonist in my book, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck what you say. She's definitely a protagonist. She's like that anti-hero approach with it. You know, they focus her more than they showed with Belle, which that was sick. But yeah, but they showed her more than Belle, you know. And even just like Pandemonium, and you know, like her band was so dope. That's why I said about Pandemonium. Same thing that I said with Pandemonium, same thing goes with Pandora and stuff. But yeah, but she was dope and stuff. You know, seeing more female characters because we never really saw a lot of female characters. Well, I mean, we got Ilya now. She owned like an exclusive bag. But yeah, type shit. But yeah. But that's probably like, it's intertwinable. Like 4, 5, and 6 they're intertwinable. It can be either or with it. You know, that's why I said they're so strong. Damn. But yeah, oh shit. Okay, so, and then this version will be Quadra at 5. Number 6, it's Shu. Number 7, this is hard, bro. I'm telling you guys. Like, don't get me wrong. I would probably have to give it to the Hazashi brothers. So, number 7 has to be Hyuga. Because Hyuga and Vault, their power are literally equal. They're equal power with it. Their powers are equal, you know. So with it, you know, about the same strength-wise with it. Even Hyuga didn't strong. I would say Hyuga and Akaru. Like Akaru's at number 6. I mean number 8. You know, my brain. You know, but Akaru is 8. You know, the Hazashi brothers, you know, they're dope and shit, and they definitely got far of the season, I would say. Number 9, it's so fucking hard. Because, like, 9, 10, like, it's so fucking hard, dude. It's like 9, 10, and then it's like, of course, Outer mentioned with it, but they're all so dope. And I think I'm going to do a top 12 with this, because they're all so dope. But, yeah, number 9, I would probably, and it's so hard, it's another intertwinable type shit with this, because it can be either or with it. But with this version, I would probably say Kit is number 9. It's number 9 with it. Kit's number 9 because he got, I mean, not Kit. Alright, you know, I forgot. Drum comes after, you know, Drum comes after Kit. So, Drum, you know, because I can't forget about the protagonist, man. Come on, man. Drum or Dante Koryu being at number 9. Yeah, number 9 is Drum. Number 9 is Drum. You know, the rest of the protagonists, man, come on. Dragon! You know. And then number 10, I would probably have to give it to Kit. But 10 and 11 and 12, it can be either or. This is why I said it's so hard because they're all so strong. You know, but Kit has to be number 10 because he got far in the season, you know, with like Win Night, you know, Win Night was such a dope pay. Even the fact that I got like Win Kerbeus, like that was like my first TT Bay that I ever brought. Just a little fun fact, that was the first TT Bay I brought was Win Night, so that was dope, you know, Win Night or type shit. So Kit's number 10 because he made it far in the season. I would say better than he did with Turbo. He got far better than Turbo. Y'all know what I mean. He got farther than Turbo. And then number 11, this is hard. This is so hard, bro. I won't even lie to you guys. Just going off the top of the dome, it's hard. It can be either or with it. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Because, like, number 11, I would probably have to give it to Xhaka. Because he did some shit in this season. You know, I think he did more shit than he did with Ken. Because Ken came up and, like, okay, you know, like, I like how Ken, you know, because Ken was one of the players from season 1 that showed up in the season, which I fucking love that shit. But yeah, but Xhaka for sure. You know, like come on, it's Xander. He's also one of the Supreme Four. This is why I said they're all strong. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, but number 10 got to be Xhaka, and number 11 is Xhaka, and then number 10 got to be Ken. Just me being real. I think yeah, Ken I would say is probably like the weakest one out of the list, but still, this is why I said like. 10, 11, and 12, it can be either or with it. There's another version where I was like, probably like Dante. It's probably like, if it's after Dante, like, this is version 2, I would say. But after Dante at number 9, number 10 would have probably been Xhaka. Because Kit versus Xhaka never happened. But I would see Xhaka just beating Kit, truth be told. Honestly, in my opinion. So in this version, Xhaka will be number 10, number 11 will be Kit, and number 12 would be Kit. Yeah, that's version 2. Like I said, this can go either way. They're all strong players, and you know, it's chill. Yeah, man. But that is gonna do it for this epic Beyblade top 10 or top 12, whatever you want. Strongest characters or monologue and stuff. Yeah, man. This season was dope, man. You know, we saw some returning characters at the end of it making some cameos and stuff. You know, we saw players like what? Gwen. We saw players like Vi, Hearts. You know, we seen fucking Delta. We've seen all of them, man. It's just still, we've seen Lane. Even Lane, man. Like the fact that Beyblade Ultimate, they made Barricade Lucifer, but they never put Lane in the show. Like, come on, man. Like, this is why they had to have Lane in the show. And I'm gonna do a video talking about, like, okay, some characters that had potential to come back in these seasons. And Lane was one of them, especially with this season. Because even with Dynamite, even with BU Ultimate, they made Barricade Lucifer being the final Beyblade to release under Japan. And they never put Lane in the show. Like, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, Lane should be in the show, but they scrapped him. You know, like we saw him at the end making the cameo and stuff, but it would have been dope to see him in this, you know? Yeah, I'm trying to talk loud because they're moloing and stuff, but yeah. But like I said, that's gonna come back around because I'm gonna make a video talking about it. But yeah, but you talk about Bladers returning and all that was dope. But yeah, but Quadstrike, I definitely loved it, and this definitely got me hyped for skits, man. Come on, man. You know, bringing it back, man. Like, I mean, it got me emotional when all the characters showed up. If you've been a day when you've seen my episode, you asked for Quadstrike, you know I was balling. And, you know, it just hits in the heart so much. Because I love this fucking story with Burst. You know, been around since 2015, you know, 2016 trends. I love seeing it with Beyblade. I definitely think Beyblade Burst was definitely a part of our childhood growing up for the 2000s. We were from the 2000s. So, yeah. But this got me motivated and driven to go back into skits, man. I want to tell my story with it. I'm fucking excited to get back into cough cough burst skits. I got an episode coming soon. But yeah, dude, but that's gonna do it for the top 10 videos. I hope you enjoyed. Try to make this one quick. My phone's running low on storage, so I'm gonna go fill it up and upload this one, and then I'll come back and make the last one before it rains. But yeah, but I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash grab down below. Let me know how you did. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for some epic content, because I will be sure to ring that bell. Minecraft Series 2 and 5 whenever I upload a video. This one's a long one, gotta edit it on Instagram and all that. I know, yeah, but you know, just wanted to make my point. I fucking love this season, man. Hashtag verse for whatever the comments. But I got one more video. But yeah. Until next time, it's your boy, keep on signing off, CR. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay awesome and cool. Don't let it rip. How about that?